Hello, I'm ProtoZaru, and this time we find ourselves on a trade server. I've been wanting to do something like this for a while, where I try to check out, some of the different trade servers in this game. The reason is because when I first played this game, I would mostly be playing on either 240 trade servers, and I always found it pretty interesting how trade servers are designed without really much of an objective in mind. They're just usually just a playground to mess around in, usually just team deathmatch and maybe trade items. So we're starting off in a server that I've played in a couple of times, Minecraft Neon. So let's see what there is to find. Down the stairs I will spawn. There's a tunnel, and I guess I'm going this way now. That shortcut actually leads to a little area down here, this little mushroom type area with Terraria music playing in the background. That's pretty cool. It's a nice peaceful little place. I don't really see anybody come around here a whole lot. I think they just usually stick to fighting in the main area where the two spawns are. You could also sort of climb up this waterfall like it's in Minecraft. Sorta. Works pretty well. On the other side of the tunnel where the mushroom area was, there's this little pool area, which is pretty neat. Unfortunately for the scout, he never really knew how to swim. There's also a diving board right here, which also kind of works. I don't really know why, but going to this specific corner of the pool brings it into this little prison, I guess, with a bed and a crafting table, but you can get out by just meleeing the door. I actually don't really remember what's the nether portal, so I guess we'll see. And it's another, who would have guessed? It's also playing some Banjo-Kazooie music, I believe, which is not really my first choice when it comes to the nether. Up the stairs you can actually find a nice little sitting area with one of my favorite Minecraft items. The cigarette. Going further up the stairs I found like this little game room over here, but I don't really have any idea how to get in there. Just saying, because I love to play pool. My fish is all sorts of messed up right now. So there's actually a giant hole in the middle of the central area of the map with four doors. One that leads to spawn, one that leads to storage, one that leads to the end, and one that leads to the aether. Let's see what storage is about first. Eventually, the creeper stopped thinking. Just seems like a nice little area to store creepers and TNT, I suppose. But what's through this door? A place with an invisible wall. And a teleporter that leads me back to spawn. Next, let's see what the end is about. Yep, that's an end portal, alright. And here we find ourselves in the end with more Donkey Kong 64 music, maybe? I don't know. Either way, I'm sure it's rare music, but not exactly sure what kind. For what game. So the sign says End Castle, but in reality, it's a sick dance club. I don't have any dance emotes, so that's gonna be the best you can get. The control point of the map is also over there, but God, it's a trade server, who cares? There's a clock tower over here, which looks pretty neat. Let's see what's inside. On the first floor, there's this neat little sitting area, I suppose. At the top, you can actually see, I guess, sort of the clock, part of the clock tower. You could get a good view of the rest of the end here. Pretty neat. This looks like an exit to the end if I've ever saw one, so let's see where it leads. Oh, just back to the spawn. So finally, let's see what awaits us in the aether. Probably one of the coolest mods in the actual game. I think this looks close enough to the aether. In the first floor of the big building, where in front of spawn, they've got this cozy little fireplace and a little minibar over here. Too bad there's nobody here. On the second floor, there appears to be this little meeting place where I'm sure many a shady deal has gone down up here. Besides that, there's a little balcony where you can see the endless void off in the distance. Pretty beautiful, but also kind of sad. Also, this specific part of the map seems to have some weird fog effects going on where it goes away the closer I get to stuff. Not sure what that's about. Over here's a windmill. And a neat little elevator that leads to the top, where you get a good view of the greenery. There's a little doorway next to a big house that I haven't really looked at, and it's like a winery of some sort. Sadly, it doesn't seem to work. There's another building to the left of the portal, which appears to be just kind of a watchtower. Nothing too crazy. On the other side, there's appears to be another kind of watchtower, which seems a bit more watchtowery. Probably a good sniping spot if anybody was here. That's about it for the aether, so let's just head back into spawn. So that's about most of the interesting stuff in this map, but those are here who are familiar with this map are probably waiting for this moment, the Doomsday Parkour course. Many people have died in this map, and I'm probably gonna be no exception. Let's see how far we can get. Gonna go through the blue door, not gonna step on these tiles, don't get crushed by... Never mind, I'm gonna get exploded. Go through the door, don't get shot, and try to sneak past these things somehow. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but we'll see. That's spooky. And I die. I think I get the pattern a little bit. No, I don't. I think I got it this time. That closes. That closes behind me. This closes again. Now I just gotta make a man dash. And there we go. Now I got a platform over these blocks, but I'm scout, so that shouldn't be a problem. Alright, we're on the other side of that little platforming area. Let's see what's through here. That's foreboding. I didn't think about consequences. Alright, I made it back to where I was, so I think I'm just gonna rush through it. I jumped too high. Maybe I could bait it out? That sort of worked, but now what? Alright, I'm gonna try this. That didn't work. Alright, back up, just get jump! Oh no, it didn't work! Oh, it's that simple. I'm dumb. I think I know what this section is about. I got duck, then jump, then duck. So that's gonna be not fun. Especially if you teleport like that. Alright, we're back again. Let's give it a shot. It didn't work. Well, it turns out that parkour section is a bit too difficult for me, and since I don't have any stakes in actually completing it, I'm just gonna move on. This time we find ourselves on Trade Plaza, which is otherwise known as the Sniper's Dream Map, because look at this big old wide open space. Look at this pyro that I can't shoot because of ping. I'm gonna die. I didn't die. But I can die if I place it all the way back here and have my health slowly drained. I guess we want to idle some weapons, but I don't even know if that even works anymore. Over here in the middle you can find a little pool, even though it doesn't really look like a pool with the lighting. There's a ball in here too. What? It's phasing in and out of existence. There's also a little soccer area right here, and I think you're supposed to use the ball to play soccer, but it's kind of lost in the abyss right now. Outside it's looking a lot like F-Zero. You can even see the blue falcon over there, which... that's really neat. Over to the right of the blue spawn, there's this creepy little dark area, which I'm not really sure what purpose it serves besides probably hiding from the snipers, honestly. So there's not really all that much to look at in this server compared to the Minecraft one, but you know, I still spent plenty of time here getting shot by snipers, which is honestly probably where a lot of my hatred for snipers stems from. This time we're on a server I don't think I've ever even been on before. It's called Trade RAR, which I was honestly kind of terrified of what this server might actually look like because of TF2's history with the specific players, but this seems like a kind of a cool server. Let's see what we can find. So outside of the spawn you can find a little entrance where you can find this really relaxing room over here where you could see a bunch of different unusual effects, I believe. Some of these are empty. I wonder if they're ever going to be filled. In the middle here, there's actually a little boxing arena that I'm using to hide from the dangers of the world. Oh, it didn't work. I mean, that arena over there could probably be cool for boxing matches should that get coordinated, but right now the server's in full war mode, which is pretty terrifying. Over there's kind of a balcony, but I don't really dare to go over there. It's pretty terrifying. Overall, there's not that much to look at in the server, I don't think, but if there is actually anything over there, the whole entire blue team is guarding it, so I don't think we'll be seeing it. Other than that, it seems like a pretty cozy trade server. I definitely never went to this one before, but I probably would have spent a lot of time if I had. Okay, so I'm actually pretty excited because I was actually looking for this specific map because I have a couple of stories to tell about it, actually. I don't know how many times I said actually back there, but this specific Minecraft map might actually be where I spent most of my time in my short experience with trading in Team Fortress 2. I actually kind of ended up getting swindled a couple of times on this specific server on 2 separate occasions when I was, you know, just kind of a dumb kid. But I'm not a dumb kid now. Now I'm a dumb adult, and well, in hindsight, I just think, how can I be so stupid? The first time something like that happened was when I, quote unquote, first got started trading. I put the quotes around because I had no idea what I was doing. I knew nothing about prices or anything like that, and I was still incredibly new to the game. And I was able to get my hands on a couple of keys from some money I had. Instead of opening crates, like what probably would have been most people's first thoughts, I instead went to a trade server to see what I could get from it. But keep in mind that I was still so new to the game that I didn't really have my sights set on any hats or anything like that. I still wanted some of the items I didn't have. So that's kind of what I was looking for when going into the trade server. So I kind of copied a little bit of what I saw in the trade chat, saying like, I'm selling a couple of keys, anybody want them? And then somebody sent me a trade request, and when we got to the little window, he started asking me like, what do you want for these keys? And I said, just give me any random items that you feel like that you don't want anymore. So he ended up giving me a bunch of weapons, and I didn't realize at the time, but I was kind of greatly overpaying for those weapons, you could say. I practically ripped off myself, and after that trade, some of the people in the chat were actually super nice, like, hey, Proto, did you just get scammed? But you know, I was a dumb kid and I didn't know anything about prices, so I'm just like, no, I got what I wanted, I'm good. So yeah, I kind of look back on that as a really dumb mistake that I made as a kid. And to be fair, that guy that I traded with probably could have said something, but I don't know, I don't blame him too much, because I probably should have been the one to know what I was doing, but I didn't. But you know what, I ended up having a lot of fun with the new weapons I didn't have yet, so it kind of paid off, sort of, not really at all. After that, I kind of got into the swing of trying to actually understand how to trade, about the prices and all that, what stuff is worth and all that. I didn't trade anything spectacular, nothing like unusuals or anything like that. Mostly like strangers and festivized items. Or not festivized, but just festival. Before festivized was the thing, I think. Just some strangers and some pretty low price hats, but you know, I was pretty happy with it. I managed to get a couple of hats here and there, and that felt pretty nice. I probably would have gone in on trading if I was still into it when the skins for the game released. That probably would have been a gateway to more trading. I did end up getting some decent stuff from my days of trading, but I kind of ended up selling that stuff when there was a point where I thought I wasn't going to play TF2 anymore. I was basically still in the honeymoon phase of Overwatch, and I was thinking, I don't need these items anymore. I'm not going to play TF2 anymore. Blizzard will never steer me wrong. I couldn't have possibly been more wrong. So I ended up selling all my items and buying Dark Souls, and then I never beat Dark Souls, so it was kind of a huge waste. But I got some items that I'm kind of happy with now, so it's not that big of a loss, really, but I do miss some of the strangers I had. Like the Strange Allfather is probably my favorite item for the soldier, but I ended up selling it. Another time I got scammed was when I was doing a sniper duel with somebody else on the enemy team. I think we both basically wagered strange weapons. I think I wagered like, I don't know, I don't really remember what it was, but it was some sort of strange. But it turns out I'm kind of a moron, and when I was a kid, and a little bit too trusting, I guess, because before we did the sniper duel, I basically gave him the item beforehand so he can hold on to it. I don't know why. I had him hold on to it, and I trusted at the end of the duel that, you know, he'll either give the stuff to me if I win, or he could keep it if I lose. But I actually ended up winning despite my lack of skill with sniper, so that was actually pretty interesting. So when I told him to pay up, he basically bailed on the server and just left with both of our items. And you know, I really should have saw that coming, but I just trusted the dude way too much for no real reason. I just met him, and there was no real reason to trust him like that, but I still did. And I ended up getting pretty upset about that, because that was the first time I really could have prevented myself getting scammed like that. Be like, no, we should hold on to our own weapons and then maybe give it to him after the duel, but I didn't think that far ahead because I was dumb. But yeah, I got really upset to the point where I like favorited the server I was on, and after favoriting the server that I was on, I kept coming back every day for like a week. And every time I joined the server for the next week, I would basically talk in the chat and be like, "Where's Billy the Thief?" or whatever his name was. And yeah, he never came back to that server, being told by everybody. And I don't know, maybe I could have reported him to somebody, but I don't know. That was, at the end of the day, it was all my fault for being that dumb. I don't really hate the guy that did it, but if he's out there, I want to tell you, you have no honor, and I am dumb. So for you. Something else that happened on this specific map was that in this boxing arena, we held kind of a prize fighting tournament. Basically, a bunch of heavies would show up with melee weapons, and there was a guy that said that whoever wins gets a strange beggar's bazooka. I ended up participating in this little tournament, and I think I actually won a couple of times. I won a couple of rounds against some other heavies, but it turns out that holding a tournament is kind of hard, especially if you're just gonna keep it all tracked in your head. So the guy that was gonna give away the Strange Records bazooka, he basically bailed because he didn't want to deal with it anymore, I guess, and he got bored. So all of us heavies were all sitting on the sidelines waiting for the next fight. The dude split. We're pretty disappointed because there was actually a lot of fun, that little tournament that was going on. I don't know if I actually would have won that tournament, but you know, it would have been nice to see it to the end at least, and you know, not have it basically end in a stalemate where nobody wins. Even though I ended up getting a couple of wins, so maybe I deserved a chance, but no, that didn't turn out that way. So yeah, this map is pretty cool. Besides like 2 Fort, this was like kind of my go-to, just, you know, shoot some folks, maybe trade a couple of times. It was a good time. But I've long stopped playing trade servers, except for this video, so I think it's time to move on for now. Probably never go on this map again, as sad as it is to say. So when wading through all the Minecraft-themed trade servers, I managed to find one I actually haven't been on in a really long time. I think I've only been on this server one time, but it's Trade Portal 2. So let's see what it has to offer. I think this sorta matches the aesthetics of Portal 2, but I think this might be one of those unfinished maps, because I'm not sure if these walls are like actually textured or anything. I'm not sure. And here's a cool little area where probably some fun fights could be had, but just like with most other trade servers, they're probably mostly going to be fighting in the main area. There's a path that led to another big area right here, which leads to these, I think this is meant to be gel, the jumping gel. That's kind of cute. Now, despite this map being called Portal 2, I don't think I've found an actual functioning portal anywhere. That's mildly disappointing. I honestly don't know how much this map actually has to do with Portal 2 besides like a couple of assets here and there. I think it might just mostly be Portal 2 in name only. Downstairs there's this big kind of storage area, I guess. There's a bunch of boxes and stuff. Once again, could be probably fun for a few fights, but nobody's here. I think maybe at some point this was supposed to be a bigger map, but that this map is apparently still considered in beta, so maybe it would have been improved upon if the creators so chose, but I don't think they wanted to. Overall, there's nothing too crazy on the server. You can actually look over there and see the other side of the spawn, which is pretty neat, I guess. But yeah, I've been here once before, and it's kind of a nice little revisit, I guess. In my effort to find trade servers that I haven't been to before, I actually did find one. This is called Trade Mythic. And from what I could tell from the little loading screen, this might be a pretty big map, so let's see what we can find. Outside the spawn, there's these dead trees, which is very ominous. And there appears to be a giant cliffside of some sort. Also ominous. The spawn actually has a couple of these portals, I believe they are, so we might as well see what it's about. Let's start with roof. Whoa. This little spawn area is actually kind of creepy. I don't know what it is, but it makes me think that it's teleported to like a horror map or something. Up here is the roof, and there's actually a little control point up there. I kind of like the design of this map. There's just a bunch of junk everywhere, but it kind of looks like, I don't know. It looks like it's maybe going for a little more horror-y, a little Halloween type setting, maybe. Unless I'm reading either too deep or not deep enough into it, but I think that's kind of what it's going for. I think I'll save Rappel Room for last, because maybe that might be the most interesting room, maybe. So let's try Island. Whoa. I don't know where exactly I am in relation to the map, but this is really cool looking. Look, even over here we got like a little like tiki bar going on or something. A little barbecue thing maybe. This is a really cool part of the map, actually. It doesn't seem like much because it's just islands and water and a little shack over there, but something about it is like really relaxing. I probably would have been here for hours if I have ever found this map in the past. There's also a little dock over here with some bongs, some Coca-Cola, some beer, a bag of some description, and a boat. Which doesn't seem my way out, so funnily enough. This, on the other hand, looks like the way out, so let's see. And back to spawn. I actually didn't see this at first. There's a little corner over here with a bunch of weapons. That's pretty cute. Alright, let's see what Snipers is about. The bane of my existence. And yeah, it looks like on the other side there's like a little sniper versus sniper map. I've seen maps like that before where it's basically just a giant sightline for snipers to practice sniping. And I guess this is kind of what this purpose is, so maybe if this map was more populated, maybe this is where the snipers would flock to, but knowing how people are on trade servers, they probably would still be fighting in the main area and probably leave the other areas abandoned. Ooh, and also turns out that below the map there's a little fighting arena. And this looks awesome. Look, there's even little baby dispensers next to the closet. Oh, I get it. These are like the controls for it creates a cage. That's really cool, actually. Yeah, there's a piano over here, very stylish. I don't think Scott could play piano, though. That appears not. Well, it turns out the boxing arena also forces you to melee. That makes sense. I can always appreciate when maps have cool little boxing arenas like this. Especially when they're as stylish as this. It's very cool. Over here, there's actually a little hall, which I don't really know what it's about. You can see a bunch of MVM robots over here. For some reason. It's pretty neat. And to the right of that little, and to the left of that little hall, you can find a little sitting room that you can apparently lock people in with these controls. Look at that if I can unlock it. Yep, it unlocks. Kind of an odd choice, but pretty interesting. Overall, this is probably one of the coolest maps I've honestly seen so far. I haven't played on this map before, but I think I really would have enjoyed it if I had. There's a lot of different locations, and it's overall it's really nice. But I think that's enough of this specific map, so let's move on. So this is actually really cool. I found this server in the list. It's called Clocktown, and based on the music and the fact around the fairy fountain, I could tell what kind of Clocktown they're talking about. Oh yeah, this is just cool. Does the balloon pop? Yeah, it actually pops. I wonder if I can find that little fox fella around here somewhere. Probably not. Hey, look, a heart piece. My heart grew that thing. Sadly, I can't really ride these flowers. I don't have the right mask for it. That little mini game corner is over there. I wonder if it actually goes to where it is. Yeah, it does. Of course it does. Seems like a pretty simple platforming challenge. Thankfully, I'm a scout, so it was pretty easy for me. And it actually does lead to the swordsman place, which that's cool. Through here is, yep, more Clocktown. There's a clock itself over there, which the fact that it's animated is really cool. There's a little bazaar area, I believe it is. You know, down there, it's kind of listing the what day it is and the time, so I'm kind of wondering, what's going to happen in the next few days? The treasure chest is here, and there's nothing in it but ammo. Yeah, it looks like I could actually enter this door. Yeah, here's where that one minigame with the couple is held, I guess. That's a really cool looking disco ball. Looks like I entered the door to the shop that's over here. Whoa! Huh? Oh, here we go. Hey, can I play? Can I play? I don't think the shooting gallery actually works, as far as I can tell. Doesn't look like it, but it's still really neat that they included it. Oh god, I hated this place in the actual game. Yeah, here's where you gotta do those dumb mazes. I think the person that was here was actually racist because she made it harder on, like, depending on the mask you were wearing. So that's pretty messed up. Also, there's the moon up there in case you were wondering if it was there or not. Always looking over you. Always make you feel existential dread. You know how it goes. I found the bar. Thankfully nobody's here, and I think Scout's all enough to be in here, so I think we're fine. Whoa! It turns out I can actually enter the clock tower itself. I didn't think I'd be able to. How far does it go back, I wonder? I'm surprised that this wasn't the cutoff point. There's supposedly the butler's son. I don't know how much weight that theory holds. How far this can I actually get by just jumping, I wonder? Oh, it turns out these actually do work. Never mind, that's... Of course that works, this map is sick. There's a little door through here with a Stone of Truth. Only 66 minutes and 22 seconds remaining. What does it mean? Looks like here's the people that made the map itself. Special thanks and all that. And here's a mask salesman just playing the Song of Healing. This is just really cool. There's not a treasure chest over here, but it's probably gonna be ammo. Yeah. Oh no, I don't think I'm making it out of this one. No. I regret everything. I'm incredibly impressed with the level of detail on this map, between the being able to go to the different buildings and, you know, actually going to be able to go back a little bit to where the intro of the game started. This might actually be one of the coolest maps I've ever seen in Team Fortress 2. Not just straight, but just kind of in general. Let's see if this alleyway leads to where I think it'll lead. And yeah, it looks like it is. Thankfully, it doesn't appear that I actually have to deal with any Skulltulas or anything. Never mind. Never mind. Can I kill it? I don't think I could actually kill it, but I can't believe it actually works. Oh, I actually can kill it! Oh my god. That's so cool. There's another balloon that will promptly murder. Can I break the pots? Of course I can break the pots. What was I thinking? Was this not one of the coolest maps ever made? Mind sane. And here we find probably one of the coolest parts in the entire game, the observatory. I really love this area. Well, the bell's ringing right now, which can only mean that this day is almost over. Holy crap, so it turns out that this map... in fact, it looks like it does have day and night cycles. The entire map just went dark and the music changed. Holy crap. Also, I forgot to mention this little dancing guy, but I don't know if he actually does anything in this map. Oh! You wanna dance with me, baby? Oh yeah, hope you can keep up. Let's dance. Oh, sorry, that's too bad. In that case, come back anytime if you do decide you want to dance. I know a mysterious song that allows you to manipulate the flow of time. I can teach it to you, but it looks like you don't have anything to play it on. Forgot I mentioned, baby. I want to dance. Want to dance some more? Hey, yo, Daddy-o, what's happening? I'd offer to dance, but outside it seems to have gotten kind of dangerous. Yikes, I'm getting out of town. Take care. So yeah, this game, this map has dialogue for the Scarecrow, which... well, I shouldn't be surprised anymore. The people that made this map are obviously incredibly talented, so when they do something cool like that, I shouldn't really be surprised. Yeah, look at that, it's completely dark outside. I don't think I've ever seen a TF2 map that has day and night cycles. That's really cool. So in the observatory area, we'll see the rest of Termina, and I'm kind of wondering if it's possible to go out and see it with our own eyes. And yeah, look at that, Termina. So there's a song of some description here. I don't remember which one this one is because it's been a really long time since I played Majora's Mask, but it turns out if you hit the buttons, you actually can play it, kinda. Doesn't really do anything, unfortunately, but that's still a really cool detail. I think over here is the valley where a lot of the creepy stuff involving the stall trials take place. And oh my god, we could go through here, actually. There used to be a rock here, but it turns out it's breakable, so let's see where it leads. Oh, it doesn't look like it actually does anything, unfortunately. I could actually jump over that fence, so we could actually keep exploring, see what else, how far we could actually go. It looks like we can't go any farther than that, but, you know, just the fact that we're going a lot farther than I really thought we could, and that's just neat. I have to wonder how much space this map actually takes up, because when I was loading into the server, it actually took me quite a while to download everything. I don't know if that's from server plugins or if the map is really just that big, but I feel like this might be one of the beefier maps in the game. Here we're heading towards the swamp, I believe. Once again, I kind of have to wonder how far it'll let me go. I think Tingle should be around here somewhere, but unfortunately it doesn't appear like he's in this map. And we can't really go to the swamp. Through here is the entrance to the Romani Ranch, should be. But I can't go that way, and do these owls work? My god. Well, here's the rock where the Romani Ranch should be, but there's also a powder keg. And it works, but I died in the process. Maybe I should have shot it. That was kind of a dumb idea of me. So we're back to where I was after the tragic powder keg incident, and let's see how much of the Romani Ranch is actually there. It looks like a lot of it is there. Oh my god, they're here! It's the aliens! It actually is the aliens! Get out of here. No way. It doesn't look like I can actually do anything about the aliens, so it looks like they might be kidnapping Romani side, so oh well. I was actually able to go in through this little... through the door, and I can find this little house. Through here appears to be a little bit of a barn, and you can see the moon up there, because of course you can. Unfortunately, I don't think Epona is anywhere near here, so I don't think we'll be getting her back. Over here's the part where you're supposed to lead the cuckoos and help them grow up to make the depressed guy slightly less depressed, but I don't really know if there's a way I could actually do that. Look how cute they are! The sun actually came up while I was in there, and it didn't display anything like Dawn of the Second Day or anything like that, but you know, come on, it's a TF2 map with it's a TF2 map with light and day cycles. Well, come on, it's a TF2 map with day and night cycles. How is this map not the best map ever? It is the best map ever. What I mean is, how come nobody's playing on it but me? Here's where the dog track is, where I spent way too much time. I spent way too much time here. I think a lot of us have when we first played this game. Unfortunately, I can't really read the dog's thoughts, so I don't know who's going to be best for this race, but I don't think the races are even a thing. But just look at how cute these dogs are. I wonder how long it would have taken. took the map creators to get all these assets in here. Probably not a short time at all. So the last part I haven't really went to is the beach, which I guess I haven't went over to there, to the Goron Mountain, but like I don't think that's very accessible considering there's a big old thing of ice blocking it. I'm wondering if it's even possible for me to get over this fence. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem really possible to get over that fence. That's kind of unfortunate. This might be one of the most detailed maps I've seen in all of Team Fortress 2. It's just so insane. It's quite beautiful, honestly. It's like not quite original because, you know, it's just Clocktown from Majora's Mask, but the fact that it's as detailed as it is, with as many moving parts as it is, it's just incredible. Probably one of the best train maps I've ever played. We actually go in through and find Cafe's little place where he hid for all that time. He doesn't appear to be here right now, and I don't know if he ever will be. The only real issue with this map is that I can't tell if it's a combination of if it's like my connection, how many moving parts there are in this map, or maybe a combination of both. But this map keeps threatening to crash on me, which that's a little lame. But overall, when I've been exploring these trade servers, my ping has kind of skyrocketed now and again, and I'm not entirely sure why. It seems like as of late, community servers don't really run too well for me, and I'm not entirely sure why. So I think that's most of everything on this map, but the thing is, there's a countdown going down there, and we're on the second day at 12 PM. And I'm incredibly curious what happens on the final day. I think I have to see it for myself, so I think I'm actually going to wait until the final day, and we'll see what happens. So it's the dawn of the final day, and the music in Clocktown actually changed to the incredibly anxiety-inducing music that's in the regular game. And I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But I think I could take a wild guess. I don't know if there's anything I could actually do to stop the moon. And I was kind of sitting AFK waiting for the time to stop, so if there was anything I could do, I think I missed my chance by a while. Oh, there's also rumbling now in case this wasn't terrifying enough. So now that I know that these flowers actually work, I think maybe once the moon's about to fall, I might be able to go and confront Skull Kid, but we'll just have to see, I guess. That guy is getting awfully close. I wonder if he wants to tell us something. I think we're at the very end of our lives now. The fireworks coming out, the clock tower's opened up. I think the only thing left to do now is to see what we could do against Skull Kid. Let's see what awaits us at the top. It's him! My bullets aren't doing anything to him! He's laughing at us. I don't think there's anything left to do. All my attacks are ineffective against him. That was a crit and it didn't even do anything against him. I think this might be the end, guys. I don't think there's anything left to do. I think all of Tier 2 is about to end right now. It wasn't the bots. It wasn't the lack of updates. It was the moon. How ironic. This is really the end, guys. I haven't been making Tier 2 videos for long, or even making videos in general for that long, but I still enjoy doing it. But it looks like that all of our paths end here. It's going back! Someone played the Saga Time and it's going back! We're not dead! We're actually going to live! We're going to live! And just like that, it's as if nothing ever happened. The moon's back to where it belongs, and time goes forward. This is seriously one of the coolest maps I've ever played in this game. I don't know why there aren't a bunch of people on here right now, you know, playing a Clocktown frolicking about, but I think a lot more people need to experience how cool this server is. This map in particular. If this video made you at all interested in this map, you should seriously go check it out right now, because it's just so cool. Easily my favorite trade map by far. So I think that's just gonna about do it for this video. I wanted to find more maps that I haven't seen before, but I only found a couple, but I think Clocktown was a very, very high note to end on. So, thanks for watching and enjoy your life. Goodbye.